Hey guys, it's Mia from Aikido Security, and today we're going to be diving into Aikido's code and container security features. If you're here because you checked out my intro to Aikido video, today we are going to be focusing in on the purple and green columns on the left-hand side of this slide. Now, as mentioned in my intro video, the way that you can get started with Aikido is through logging in with your Git system of choice, and today I'm going to be diving in with my GitHub. As soon as you've gone ahead and selected which repositories from your GitHub you would like Aikido to scan, this home feed will start to populate with vulnerabilities within the first few minutes of the integration being configured. Of course, at any time, should you wish to go ahead and connect additional integrations, this can be done on the left-hand side pane over here or down at the bottom in the integrations section. But first, a quick look at what the home feed has to offer. First off, on the home feed, you can see a variety of different vulnerabilities that we have flagged in my infrastructure. If I click into any one of these vulnerabilities, for example, this remote code execution, I'm immediately greeted with a little breakdown of what the vulnerability is, a how do I fix it description in human readable terms, and any related sub-issues will be neatly grouped beneath the main issue just to deduplicate any of these vulnerabilities from appearing in your home feed. In this specific example, I have uncovered a SAST issue, and I can go ahead and view my code analysis over here and a little code snippet containing the vulnerability, as well as our Aikido recommendation and AI auto triage summary will be here for you. For every vulnerability that we uncover, it is possible to mitigate them by connecting your task tracker of choice, for example, in my case, Jira. And as you can see, it's possible to immediately assign it to a project, select a scope, your summary will be here as well, and the description will always contain a backlink to the Aikido dashboard itself, so your developers can come back and see the full context of the issue within our UI. It's also possible to go ahead and snooze, ignore, or adjust the severity of issues if you do not agree with how we've ranked them. Using the filters up top, you can filter on issue type if you wish to have a more refined overview of different vulnerabilities that we've flagged. And you can also go a step further using this funnel feature to filter on things like language, severity, or even status. Last but not least, if you are working with different teams at your organization, or if you'd like to create a project-based overview, you can use the Teams drop-down menu up top and assign the corresponding infrastructure to the correct team. Now, throughout Aikido's platform, we pride ourselves on delivering the best-in-class noise reduction to you and your team. And taking a look at this Aikido Refined tab, you can see in my environment, what was once over 2,100 issues has been whittled down to a mere 900, reducing my noise by 58%. With many organizations that have connected their infrastructure to Aikido, we see noise reduction up to 85% and sometimes even higher. So the rules that we have in place to reduce false positives are incredibly performant. To take a look at the ignore reasons and the ignored issues, you can toggle over to the top right auto ignored tab, and in the first screen you will see all the specific vulnerabilities that we have put away as they are false positives. And of course, the ignore reasons sit right next to the ignored issues, so you can go ahead and see the rule set that we've developed to protect you from wasting your time. As a quick example, I've opened up the dependency not used in production reason, and here you can see all the different false positives for this specific rule that have been ignored. And if we open up any of these, I'd like to show you the reachability analysis here, because what we have throughout the UI specific for open source dependency monitoring is a reachability analysis that depicts the full transitive dependency tree so you can see which functions are calling upon which functions. In the case of false positives, it's really reassuring to see where your dev deps are sitting so you can confirm for yourself that this will absolutely not reach production and you're safe, you're good to go. But in the case of real positives, this is also really useful for identifying which function is actually affected and at what layer it's sitting. Moving on from the ignored rule set, let's dive into the repositories tab on the left over here. At first, opening this up, you will immediately be greeted with all the different repos that you have connected to Aikido. And as you can see, we show you what issues exist in each repository with a quick breakdown using these color bubbles. Aikido scans nightly or once a day by default, but the scanning frequency can be configured in the settings pane should you wish for more or less frequent scanning. And you can also trigger a manual scan up top here on the right if you'd like to instantly check something new. To take a look at what we are scanning your repos for, you can click on the Checks tab, and here you will see all the different vulnerabilities that we are searching for and protecting you from. Each of these purple menu options can be clicked into, and here, just as a quick overview, we show you the different files that we scan for in the case of open source dependency monitoring. So when you're just getting set up and started, you can navigate through these at your leisure. Last but not least, if you would like to go ahead and further customize the way that Aikido performs for you and your team, you can click on Create Custom Rule, and here in the Open Grep Playground, you can create custom static code analysis rule that can further reduce the noise that you and your team experience. Moving forward into the containers section of the video, just like in the repos pane, here on the first screen, you can see all the different containers that you have integrated into Aikido, and evidently you can see that we are completely tech agnostic in this space, meaning that it's possible to connect a variety of registries into one workspace. As mentioned in the intro video, for both code and container scanning, it is possible to do this in a cloud-based fashion or through installing a local scanner should you have any on-premise infrastructure that you would like scanned instead. As always, the checks that we are performing on your containers are depicted here in this checks pane, and you can see we are scanning them for the open source dependencies, risky licenses, and for end-of-life runtime. If your containers have reached end of life, it's absolutely not the end of the world, because with Aikido, we can perform extended lifetime support. In order to see where we can create golden images or hardened container images, you can navigate to the Autofix pane, filter to the Containers section, and click on Extended Lifecycle Support. And here, as you can see, I've got 376 supported base images where I can perform ELS and create golden images. If you like what you've seen here today and you're curious to check it out yourself, head over to app.aikido.dev, spin up a free trial account, and connect some infrastructure. Thanks so much for joining me here today, and I can't wait to see you inside the platform soon.